Anybody know how these tests work? Or if they expire? Simple nasal swab results in 15 minutes. You're supposed to do these in a warm area or anything? Oh man, there's lots of parts. Excuse me for a sec. I gotta go take this test. I'm not very good at tests. Alright, well, I guess we wait 15 minutes. It doesn't really matter if I have COVID or just a cold. We're just gonna power through it. Welcome back to the worm, by the way. Kyper and I have 2 days, well, now 1.5 days to work on the doghouse before, before we get I don't know, they're saying a pretty good snowstorm, but you never know. I think the storm's mostly like compact and just overnight, so we can keep working after that too. Oh, hi, thank you, hello. If you're wondering how a guy that lives alone in the woods and never leaves got sick, I left for a couple days. I don't touch anything, I sanitize my hands because I freaking hate getting sick, but it happened. Let's have a look at the doggy house here. Sure is pretty if you ask me. Oh yeah, we put, it was brown. Put the weather stripping on this, as you remember last. We just needed a little more for inside the door. Oh yeah, we gotta cut and glue and plane some blocks on here. Not sure how well that's gonna work when it's so cold out. We can weather strip that. The floor that we finished in the last video looks pretty fantastic. I really like it. However, I can still see in some of these cracks, I don't know if you can see that white in there. So there is some of that sealer that didn't quite set up. Maybe next weekish when we cut the hole through the wall there, then we'll start getting a little bit of heat inside. It'll set. So next thing we got to do before we cut the hole is just finish the inside of this thing, all the walls. It'll be really nice to cover up that insulation, and the inside it's gonna look awesome. We had this pretty significant cold snap that I didn't see coming. You remember all my water, I drained the tanks, put everything in 5-gallon buckets. I put it all in the shower, just my shower water. My drinking water's all in here, luckily. And I'm sure those buckets probably aren't frozen solid, but I'm sure they're iced up. It's time to move them in the cabin. The problem is, if you're a doofus like me and you leave them too long, which I do every year, they sweat a whole bunch when you take them in the cabin. So we're gonna have to stack them on those rubber mats, and then we'll slide them. Remember that sled that was stapled to, I think it was stapled to the floor, that roll-up sled underneath my bunk? We'll slide them all in there. That's where they'll live for the rest of the winter. Yeah, there's about maybe about 1 inch of ice all the way around. We've only got 6 in here, so I think there must be another 6 or 8 down in my trailer. Those have only been sitting out for 2 days, so let's put those in the cabin. They'll sweat the least. We'll just let these freeze, and I kind of think it's fun. I sometimes leave my Ryobi, what's it called? Hammer drill? I just come in here when I take my showers, turn the heater on, get the hammer drill out, and just break it up into big chunks of ice, throw it in the pot, we're good to go. Let's see, there were a couple other winter cold related things I needed to do today. He's trying to eat the end of the tripod. Looks like I'm hunting a bear, doesn't it? A pretty quick and goofy one. I think that's a stick, do you? Oh, my timer's going off. Let's see if I'm gonna die. Keep your fingers crossed. It's only herpes or chlamydia or something. It's chlamydia! Says it's negative. Hope I don't start itching in funny places now. Somebody, I think, wants to go on the four-wheeler and get water. Are you waiting for your pickup? He just jumped up there himself. I didn't know he could do that. I don't think he knew he could do that. Wow. Okay, come on. He's a freaking athlete all of a sudden. Yeah, pretty frozen. Put him on the mat, put a fan on him for a couple days. Not really sure what else I could do besides boiling a whole lot of water, take the liquid out, put the hot back in. I don't really want to do that kind of work and use that kind of propane, although wouldn't it take exactly the same amount of propane to run the heater in the cabin and do that work, it's not work. Just add that heat to those buckets as it would if I boiled the water and put it in there. I'd rather not do the work. Easy on the back. This evening, I'll just pop these in the cooler. Sure beats, remember when I was living out here in a tent for 2 or 3 winters, constantly have to boil water in an Nalgene and pop it in the cooler. Or I'd take the hand warmer out of the bottom of my sleeping bag and throw it in there in the morning, keep all my food from freezing. What the heck. I gotta run the generator and charge all my batteries tonight anyway, so doesn't matter if I kill this. Of course, it is blowing the cold air off the floor, so whatever. Let's not think about it. Let's go build a doghouse. Finish a doghouse. Nice of you to wait for me. Yeah, you haven't been in here since we did the floor. Come on. You just jumped on the back of the four-wheeler. You can definitely jump in here. That's your house. Come on. Good boy. Gotta figure out what order we were gonna do this in. It did make a difference. What order would you prefer? Ugh. Yeah, I think we should do the ceiling first because we're definitely gonna have to take the walls apart many times as we build more and more weird stuff in here. You probably remember I mentioned before that some of the boards will tuck behind the others and you can't get to the screws necessarily, or you can't get the board off without taking other ones off. Put the ceiling on right now, then we won't have to screw with that. You sure like those gloves, don't you? You seem to like your house too. I think if I shut up and left, he would just sleep here for several hours. I see you're saving some sticks in your ears there. Let's see, we turn the light out and leave. If I go too far away, I'm sure he'll follow me. Looks like you found another snowy spot to lay down. Yep. Want some ice cubes? They're full of all sorts of garbage. Have at them. So we've got 5 nice sticks of 1/2 to 3/4 inch here, and then we're out. We've used everything else. And then we go to 1 inch. So we'll have to just select which walls we do with which lumber. Man, we sure have killed this lumber pile. What? What's that you say? Just go ahead and start working? Yeah, get rid of that one. I always trip over that one. Rip it out of there. There you go. There you go. Get it out of there. Doesn't that look like a bear just sitting on the steps? And you can't see his other markings. It looks like a baby black bear laying there. Wonder if we want to route the edges of these, just in case we want to caulk it in later. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I built the cabin, the entire time I said that my plan was to put the boards up, the wall boards, everything exactly like this. Same wood, same thickness, same fasteners and everything. I was going to let them dry, take them all back down, route them, and then caulk everything in with a weird color. And then I was going to varnish the entire inside of it. But by the time everything was built in and I got the cabin done, it'd be like, you know, you have to unscrew these huge crazy shelves that I made in there, take the bunk out and everything. It just didn't seem worth the effort. But it might be kind of cool to caulk it in here. Oh, you know what? You still are going to see this exterior wall from here over. So why don't we just route all this and we'll caulk it in with that black. Hopefully I didn't cut this one short. Nope. That's just right. So we'll trim out this corner and then cut these all later right on that line. Actually, if we cut them straight, we could even route them at a 45 and then you wouldn't see the end. It would be a gentle slope. Oh, this is fun and very easy. These are all one board, end to end, no piecing anything together. And those 5 boards we had are long enough to get 2 pieces out of with only like this much waste. The worm gods are looking down happily upon us today. It's fine if I get the floor wet now, except I'm trying not to because I don't want to sit in it. I don't know if Kyper's going to have everybody take their shoes off when they come in. Just have to wait and see. Hey buddy, did you have a good freezer nap? I got some treats for you. Oh, you can take those if you want, but here, this is one you'd really like. You can really pull that apart. Don't get splinters. This is as far down as the router bit goes, so this is all we're gonna get. I think it's gonna look pretty good when it's all screwed down and caulked. All we can do now is hope that the door still closes. If it was store-bought lumber, it would definitely close, but who knows if it's wider, skinnier there or what. Just gotta fit this part of the door in there. What do you think? Not bad, right? Looks pretty. All right, gotta go take a shower, run the generator. You wanna come play with the hammer drill with me? Don't wanna forget to do this. Frozen lettuce is not very good. Not totally frozen. Danger of this, of course, is going through the side of the bucket. Oh, speak of the devil. That's too bad. Well, that's a sawdust bucket now. I think I can definitively say that was the worst night's sleep I've ever had at Ringworm. I was so freaking tired. I did everything I could to stay awake until 9, just so I was sure I could sleep through the night. Yes, can I help you? No, you're good? Kept waking up every short amount of time and taking Motrin, taking Tylenol, using nasal spray. I must have kept Kyper awake too because his eyes are closing right now. So I guess we're going to work today, but we'll get to staying here a little bit later tomorrow. The projected snowstorm is like from 10 o'clock tonight until, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 in the morning tomorrow. It looks like it's just going to be solid snow all the way through with no breaks. So maybe Kyper will get a lot of bones in the morning tomorrow, and then we can hook up the trailer and go pack all the trails. I love doing that the first time every year. Nice and sweaty. Oh yeah, you can see it leaking out there. I hope it didn't leak onto the floor in the back. Nope. It was the mid to high teens last night. My salads are fine, my blueberries are fine. It's gonna be a good, if slightly draggy day. Alright, that's the whole of it. That's all the 1-inch cedar. Oh, you know what? We might have some under the cabin. Hey, there's a bunch of 1/2 inch in there too. Excuse me, for 3/4. Whatever we did last, we must have had a couple nice sticks left over. Check that. Just those two alone makes a big difference. There's 1 inch. Oh man, all sorts of good stuff. Again, 57.5. Did I plan this to be perfectly square? Somehow it's exactly square. Well, those two walls are the same length. Of course, that doesn't mean the other two are. I like to make it a little shifty. That little scrap will do. Didn't run the generator last night because I still had a little bit of power left in my editing jackery. But that also means I didn't charge my dead Ryobi batteries, or half dead. Once they get down to half and this cold, they're pretty much done for. You know, instead of having to take these down a second time, I think I'm just going to route them right now. Ooh, still got bark on that one. Frozen bark. Ooh, I stretched the scraps real nice for this wall. We're a little bit short up here, but that's okay. We're going to trim it over. Wow, that is a fat one right there. Or something didn't sit right. Might be a bumble of insulation back there. I believe that's what it's called. Am I doing it right? You like so far? You probably want to eat the walls, don't you? See that right there? That's where you are. You just have to do this over and over and over if you make your own lumber, because you never have a level edge. Got my earmuffs and my noise canceling headphones on, and I swear twice I've heard Kyper howl. Definitely never heard him doing that before, unless it was a wolf, or maybe he's howling at a wolf. Kyper's been just laying in the snow in different places all day, and now I'm watching him go full speed run in circles all the way around the cabin. Looks like he's about to go over the hill. Should we make him run just for fun? You gotta get paid. Good job, buddy. For the last couple weeks, he comes every single time I push that button. Man, is it a relief. But he's almost never gotten a button push without a treat. Just turns out if you're consistent with your training, your dog actually learns and listens. That's the damnedest thing. Okay, that time I definitely heard it. He was standing right next to the doghouse, right on the other side of that wall. Oh, that was a long one too. He keeps staring down that hill. I wonder if there's maybe here's the coyotes out there. I haven't heard them in a long time. Maybe a little off character for a burner, but that's all right. I dig it. Got some good rot spots in this. Well, a bunch of them. It's probably not going to fall apart. Who knows? This is looking great. And I cannot believe we're going to have plenty enough lumber to finish this. Especially since this can be all scraps and the other side's all scraps. And the door is only less than 3 feet wide. We're going to do it. Oh, I wish I'd remembered to fill these in so the glue would be dried right now. Oh yeah, if it'll even dry when it's freezing. It'd be easier to put a chunk in here and plane it before I put the wall boards on. Oh, it's almost 3. I really wanted to finish this before the snow. Well, it'll be fun in the snow too. Perfect. Oh yeah, how do you hold it in place while you're planing it before we put the screws in? I guess we just countersink the crap out of them. Oh, gotta stop before you hit the screw heads. Sink them a little bit more. Those are actually tight enough in there. Not going to bother to mess with the glue, which will probably just make a bigger mess. Oh, it's going to start snowing pretty quick. Holy moly. It got bigger. It's supposed to be a foot just overnight tonight. It's 3:30. Alright, I'm going to get this done tonight so I can put all my tools away. The trick I can see is going to be getting this part all shaved down again to fit back in there. Oh, you know what else? It looks like we can board all the way up to the top of the door, and then we'll just have to plane it down at a 45 there to make it fit. Don't just sit there, hurry up! Make this go a little bit faster by not having to measure. I need more arms. You know what? I just remembered that I feel like garbage and I didn't sleep last night, and this project will still be here in a day or two if I want to finish it. So I'm just going to make the door close. It'll be dark about then anyway, and we'll wake up to a snowstorm. And I'll have some charged batteries. Well, I hit a screw with the planer, so I'm done. I also remembered this might be my last chance to pick up all the building scraps around here before they're buried for the winter, so I'll see you tomorrow. The batteries are charged, and we did indeed get some snow. This is one downside of doing this, living out like this alone, is that pretty much every day there's stuff you gotta do no matter how you feel. Looks like it's going to keep snowing for the rest of the day, but we got to get out, blast some trails. Kyper needs a run. Well, we've got a little bit of a problem. Forgot Kyper's old puppy bed was back there. It's kind of wet. Excuse us. I can't tell if it's cold or damp underneath that. You remember, we've just got that bubble foil insulation under the floor, which is plenty enough. And how long have we done this? How many winters? 1 or 2? I've never noticed this happening before. Oh. He doesn't want to miss out on anything. I wonder if part of the issue is that I let all those buckets and gallons and everything sweat in here, so the moisture in the air is probably pretty high. And then you got a big temperature drop. Huh. Let's see what the humiditor says right now. It says 60%. I guess that's kind of high for the winter, isn't it? Although it is barely winter right now. I don't know what to do. I guess while we're out romping around, I'm going to pull all my storage bins out of there, put the fan back there, and make sure we can get everything dried out. And then maybe this evening we'll slide the buckets in. Check it again the next couple days. Kyper's chew toys and treats have as much storage as all of my clothes. And just my cords and tattoo supplies are as much as all my clothes. And then all we got left is the 3D printer. Well, just since I moved that, you can see a little bit of water condensing on there. And it's dry on the bottom, that's good. It is almost 70 in here, which is way too freaking hot. I'm starting to sweat. But maybe that has something to do with it. It just hit me that I might be sweating because I'm sick, not because it's 68 degrees in here. I promise to try not to overdo today. Well, it's not so much you can overdo when it's already 12:30. I didn't think that there was another person on this planet that liked winter as much as I do, but you're looking at him. What do you think of this mess? Huh? You have something on your face. I don't know if we actually got a foot. Well, that's under the trees. You like it, don't you? It's, oh, it's kind of misting right now. I think it's like pretty close to freezing. That's pretty good for the first snow of the year. I think it would be another inch or two if it wasn't for this wet stuff falling out of the sky right now. We'll take what we can get. He likes to take off running and then eat some snow and then lay down. You can actually hear him lay down. Oh, it is very pretty out here and very quiet. All I can hear is my heart going about 120 beats a minute. Freaking hate being sick. Did I mention that? Kyper, come. Driving with one hand, I missed the trail. Just remembered I forgot to get the plow out. Usually try to do that before winter sets in. I also usually cover it for the entire spring, summer, and fall, and apparently I never got around to it. There you go. Want some snow? Just like when we were kids and had newfies, they don't seem to mind being piled up. Oh, we gotta have him pull some sled today. I kind of wanted him to pull through the powder, but it's so sticky. Maybe it's best we just stick to the ruts for a while. Yeah, I think I just had a great idea yesterday while I was working. For the last however many years, people that help me out on Patreon get their names carved in the table, and it always ends up being kind of a pain. I mean, I love to do it. I love that in the tiniest way to say thank you, but being that it's on the table, you know, I have to carve it in the right weather. You have to varnish it in the right weather. So many times it doesn't set up. I was thinking about maybe carving names from now on inside the doghouse. The cool thing is, if I did them in there, I could actually unscrew the board and bring it out here, lay it on the table, carve them. You could see them there, and then I'd stick the board back up on the wall. I think that would be sweet, because then I could do it year round. If you're on Patreon, drop a message in there. Let me know what you think. I think that's, that's good stuff. Let's see you jump up there. Good. Nice work. It's gross snow, but it's snow. You're happy, right? I was gonna come out here a little earlier, but I tested and I couldn't even get a noise out. It sounded like, you know, when you take two octopuses and you kind of flap them together, that's, you know the sound. Plenty blustery today. It's like 20 degrees, so not too horrible for being outside, but man, the wind just roars through and then stops for 10 minutes. I had a couple of minutes before it got dark last night, so I finished this one wall in here. Oh, no battery for the light. Well, we'll use the drill battery. I should have taken these in last night. Be a little bit warmer. These right here and those there are an old windowsill. By the way, just as it was getting dark last night, Kyper howled a couple more times. It is so bassy, it was like chest rattling. If I was walking around in the woods here at night and I heard that, I would crap and run. He doesn't even bark a whole lot, but it's like an octave below his bark. It's great. Let's say we use these next to the door. Wow, that's gonna be really close. Might have to see if I can scavenge up a couple more scraps. I think we're gonna have to use these for trim. I'm using my noise canceling headphones and my safety squints this morning. I am not taking my freaking hat off. See if we can actually hit that board in there. I think we can. Yep, that'll work. Found a leftover stick of trim. Was frozen to the ground. Looks like it's 2 inches. But one side is kind of garbage, so I think I'm gonna make it all 1 3/4 because that's the smallest notch I have in here. So many times these boards that I've milled up, you guys know this. You can snap one line on it, you cut the piece off, you go and cut the next one and the thing's already bent. Like it'll just warp as you cut it, so it's better, instead of putting a straight line on this, use this and just run it along the edge. Keep reminding myself that this is all going to have to be caulked right along that bottom edge so nothing wet and nasty gets underneath the wall boards. Might actually take this trim back off later and seal it, put 2 or 3 coats of sealer on it and then caulk it in to make it really waterproof. 53.5. Let's see, prettiest side. Oh, that's got pencil on it. Got to keep an eye on this guy. He keeps taking my sticks off the table and chewing them up. Anybody remember the pitch of the roof? Somehow I'm already out of trim. Something tells me I have to go searching for the rest of it if I want it. 1, 2, 3, 4 sticks. Is that all I had? 4? I thought I had more like 6. Alright, I guess we'll make some more. Wait a minute, hello. There's some more. What the? We'll just delete that clip. Nailed it. First time. Actually, what's weird? It's like a gap right there. Oh, this board's sticking out. And I wonder, yeah, when you cut them so perfect the first time like that, it's hard to get them out. Oh yeah, this has got a dish in it that we could just plane a little bit off of there. Did I mention how well they fit? It's just something. Just plane it from here up, from here down. First time, all the time, baby. I don't think Kyper even knows that we're building this for him. I just look out there and he's got his head this deep in the snow and then through the dirt. And he keeps looking up like, What are you making all that noise for? We could just live out here in the snow. Look what he's doing. He likes licking snow and ice. Anything packed he's really into. I keep hearing crunching. He's eating the snow out of here. Here, do you need some help? Let me get you. I don't suppose a little boot dirt will hurt a dog. Here you go. It looks like a cow at a watering trough. Did you find a better piece? You frickin' weirdo. There's only one piece left. And do I have any scraps? I think there's one little scrap out there. Last scrap. I bet it's short. It's not. Look at that. That will fit. Are you guarding the batteries? Thanks. It's a good thing I don't have any more to rip because there's not enough light to see out there anymore. Oh, a little bit long, but you can always force it with a brush. Well, I'm going to put the rest of the screws in the trim here. Tomorrow it's supposed to be, I think, 38 or 39 degrees and snow all day. Regardless of the weather, we're not finishing this video until we take him pulling the sled out in the snow. I think there's even a chance that Tito will be here tomorrow. See you in the morning, or the afternoon, or the evening, or... I mean, it could be a couple days. Have a good night. Looks like Kyper's down with Tito at the deer castle, and it's getting close to 2 o'clock already, so if we don't take Kyper on a little pull, it's probably not going to get done today. Plus, the temperature's going up and up and up. We're at 32 right now. All this is going to turn to rain in a minute. Feels like we've gotten more snow so far than we did in the first 3 months of winter last year. God, let's hope this keeps up. Did you stop by the sky deck?
There's some snow there.
I looked at the map to see where he was, and I saw you guys standing there. You know, just thinking, before this turns to rain,
Yeah.
should go down there and shovel the sky deck off. The good thing is, neither you nor I would have to carry the shovel. Here we go. Uh-oh, stuck on a tree already.
Fun?
Yeah, throw it all right in his face. He loves it.
He caught that one.
Last year this time, when it had this much snow on it, it looked like it was about to collapse. It's like it's in slightly better shape. I remember editing a video about a year ago of me trying to throw the shovel up there. I think it was 7 takes. This time I'm gonna hit you right in the teeth. Oh, see that precision?
Buddy. He loves it.
Yeah.
Superman. Oh, boy. It's like a cat.
Oh. Oh. Did you look in the doghouse?
Didn't look at it, no.
Just finished it yesterday. Everything but the hole through the wall. Probably gonna do that in the next few days.
Oh, yeah. Want to come in here?
Just
Kyper, come here. Come here, bud.
say the 2 words.
Kyper, come. He's like, I don't see you holding shit.
Yep. There you go.
What's this? Careful with your
No, no, you gotta run and jump.
feet. Kyper, come.
If you want that treat, you're gonna have to go get it.
Overcome your fears, boy. You're so cute.
How long are we gonna be here? Hurry up. Hurry up. I mean, he was laying in here yesterday without any help.
Use your bravery, buddy.
Oh, Jesus.
He's a sensitive one.
He is very sensitive. We know. We prefer to be outside.
Are you exhausted?
Shall we do a movie?
Sure. Yeah, that thing's pretty rad. I'd sleep in there.
Yeah. Me too. Just needs a little bit of heat source, that's all. I think cutting through the wall, though, is going to be enough to just bring it up a few degrees. Pretty sure that's where Sarah's going to sleep.
You're in the doghouse. Okay.
Okay. All right. I can feel her changing terrain, so we're going to go inside, put the theater down. Got a couple of warm days right now, and then it's supposed to get nice and cold again and get some more snow. So hopefully this doesn't all disappear, but hopefully next time you see me, we'll be cutting through. I think that's the last thing that has to be done to open that thing up for service. Oh, that purdy desk that we just refinished. We're gonna have to cut the end of that off. The shelf underneath, and a couple of, we got to figure out something to do with the gumball machine. And then we chop right through, and the same day we cut through, we're gonna have to build that door, because that's just gonna be a chunk of the wall that's gonna swing. If we don't have that, then this is all getting in the cabin. I guess maybe we could hang up a towel or a blanket or something for one day if we had to, but it's gonna have to go pretty quick. All right, thanks for watching. See you soon. It's gonna be really fun. Just chop right through that sucker.